He looks like he's hunky-dory happy. Hi there, Snaps.
He did good when I was in there with him again.
Oops.
He would at least come forward on the Karanda bed when I talked to him.
Yeah, that's wonderful, because he used to not. Oh, yeah. What was that? I forget.
Pete, I don't know.
Some what? Oh, Pete. Okay.
He says I shouldn't get caught driving with it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hi, everybody. Yeah, help me. I gotta write Pixel down. I won't remember.
Oh, and Farrah's meds.
And Farrah's meds. I'll do Pixel first. Farrah is where? And I can go over their health records too. Hi, everybody. I knew about Farrah's meds. Yep, I gotta do that. And I was gonna go over the records with you all. Would you get your big old head out of there? Tell you what we've been doing, what's been going on today, and tell you some news I just found out. So even though we didn't do boxes, I think we can still do that. Still do all this. Hey, we can make our own rules, can't we?
Absolutely.
All right. Come on.
The best part about rules.
It is.
You use them or don't you use them.
And there's no rules anyhow, other than to be nice. This is one of my very favorite kitties. Okay, yeah, we got quite a few things to cover. My sister, Patty, the one that is Lou's mama, she's building a house in Fort Wayne, which is awfully exciting to me because that means she's really going to stay in this area. And this came from animalsinc.com, Jack Cat, animalsinc.com. Oh. You guys are funny. And so I'm excited about my sister building. I'm really thrilled about that because that means she really is staying here. So we'll just kind of do a little wrap up of things that's been happening today. First off, Beth is here, which I'm thrilled about. She's here for a whole week, and I'm so happy to have her here. Second of all, Kelly has not had her baby yet, but she went into the doctor, and she was having some contractions like 3 minutes apart, but they sent her home, so they must not have thought they were too serious of contractions. But the thing is, though, if she doesn't have it by Wednesday, they're going to induce her. So, and they did an ultrasound. Everything's fine. Baby is now up to 6 pounds 6 ounces. So that's really, really good news. Get your head out of there, Snappy. So baby's a good healthy weight now, and that's wonderful, because there for a while Molly was really a dinky little thing. And yep, she's just not ready yet. I'm thrilled about that, Elskates. It just, my sister Patty lived out west in Washington and then Idaho for, holy mackerel, probably 25 years. So I'm just thrilled that she's back here. And then the other thing is, this morning I got a text about 7:30 from our floor guys asking if they could come at 9:30 and start working on the floor. And I after I thought about that too, I wasn't sure if I'd even mentioned too much about the floor to you. The floor in Kitty Cabana, our floor, all of this. We love, 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 love this floor. And it's just perfect. It's indestructible practically. But the floor there that's in Kitty Cabana has been peeling up. And that just doesn't happen to this company. So I had asked Bruce about 3 weeks ago to come take a look at it. And we went in there and we knelt down there by it, and I took a piece and I went, pulled it right up, and I thought his eyes were going to bug out of his head because their floors don't do that. But remember, when we did that floor, that room wasn't 100% done yet on the outside. And remember, we had that horrible rain, and then it leaked in through the windows, and everything is all fixed now. But because it was damp, that top layer didn't hold. So they took those big old grinders today. There's something like 6 layers to it all together, and they took off 3 layers of it. So they seeded it. Remember where they put that down? They ground it all down to the top of the first layer of seed. They put the seed back down, then they came back this afternoon and put a layer of the shine on it, and then tomorrow morning they'll come back and put the polyurethane on the top. So he says they're putting something different into the mix. He goes on to all these numbers and that, and I just say, what's the bottom line? He says it makes it set up faster, so we can move in. He thinks Saturday, but we'll check with that. And if it's questionable, we will definitely wait till Sunday. So the kitties have been off limits to Kitty Cabana room for today. And the worst one I felt bad for too was Jersey and Anna Marie. They both wanted to go in there. But they'll have it done soon, and we'll move right back. We moved all the furniture that's in there in my house because there's no rooms that's totally empty for it. So there goes my house again. And our little boy Goose is doing really well. He's been in here most of the day, but Beth just told me that he was getting a little bit worried and cranky a little bit. So he's back in the front part, or the front of Thumper's room, and we'll leave him there tonight, and just to kind of let him chill a little bit. Mary has been going into Kitty Campus room. She likes it in there, and so it's kind of nice. Ouch! You go to Auntie Beth.
Disarmed.
That's Kenco. Oh,
Right. Yeah.
sure, good thing we love them, right? Yeah, we don't have. Oh, look at. Can you see Coopster?
Yeah.
He's giving a bath over here on his back. So Goose is doing really well, and we'll give him some time to kind of adjust to up here and not do it so fast. The other thing is on Mary and Jersey. They both came out on their own, including Jersey today, which just thrilled me beyond anything. I was just ecstatic that he did that. So, and I know they had a little trouble this afternoon trying to get him. He got spooked, and once he gets spooked, he loses all control. So, but gosh, it's only been, what is it, 2 weeks since we've been back, or it'll be 2 weeks?
It'll be 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Next.
What day's today? What day is today? Today's Thursday.
Only 2
Oh yeah, it's 2 weeks now. 2 weeks and 1 day. So I think they're doing really well. Ivo is doing very, very good. He's doing really good. And then that little stinker Dapper, the only way he knows how to eat is with his whole body in the plate. And that's why he's had almost a bath every day. He just has to be in the plate to be able to eat. So he's doing really good. And Ming is also, he's just doing really well. I think he's doing really well. His eyes are pretty squinty eyes. That's just the way that he is. We get so used to seeing him that we forget really that first impression that he makes. And I get reminded of that fairly often when people come to the door and come in and they like, what is wrong with him? And it's like, oh yeah, you have to remember what he looks like. We get used to seeing the way he's put together. But we love him so very much, and he's so happy. And the best way for him to sleep is on his back. He likes to sleep with his little leggies turned up like that. They do. His little eyes make him look so sweet. So Dr. Don then came, is there anything else besides Dr. Don? Seems like it's been a really busy day today. Jimmy left today, or this morning. Tomorrow morning he's leaving for vacation. He'll be back on Tuesday. He's taken off with his family. Kelly thinks she's coming tomorrow, but we don't really know. That goes day by day. So I think that leads us up to just Dr. Don. And he was here this morning, and I'll just tell you real quick on these other guys here. Temba was at college. He said all the kitties we sent this time has been, usually we try to send them some of the challenging kind, and this time we didn't do that so much. And he said that they all looked wonderful. But Temba had her had her third, really, for us, FIV and leukemia. That was negative. Her blood chemistry could not be any more perfect. It was great. They did scan her for a chip, did not find any, of course, and she has a chip in her now. And everything about her, they did a stool sample on her and did a full fecal, and that was absolutely normal also. Connie will be in tomorrow afternoon, and so that means tomorrow we leave the Covies out. We like to leave the Covies out on the days that Connie comes, because she's really good at collecting them. This one is Nico. Nico did wonderful. His blood work was extremely normal. He also had his third FIV leukemia test, which was negative. He was microchipped. They did a full stool sample on him as well. Everything on that was good. I love to hear that because it kind of represents a little bit of everything here. He says, Nico is a young, healthy, domestic short-hair, intact male. Remember, he had not been neutered yet because we haven't had him very long. But he was neutered uneventfully, microchipped, and he exhibits polydactyl in both front feet. They enjoyed him. They had a nice time there. Oh, wonderful, Eric. That would be great. We'd love to have you, Eric. So that's Nico's. I got to get all these in their records. This one is Arden. Arden's blood work. We just have perfect cats. What do we say? He also was tested third time for leukemia and FIV. We only do it twice. Most shelters and rescues, only do it once. I just can't. I have to do the second one 4 weeks later, because if the first one is positive, we have a 95% chance of picking up the wait, hang on. So if a cat is incubating either one of those, but yet their test shows up negative, 95% of them will then show positive on their second one 4 weeks later. That's why we always do a second one 4 weeks later. But for these students to have the experience of handling, they like to learn how to draw blood and how to handle the cats and to position them. So they always ask, do you want us to do leukemia FIV? Heck yeah, we'll take it. Arden also had a full fecal, which was normal, and his blood work is just perfect. Arden is a young adult neutered male black cat. He had thickened small intestines upon palpation, but everything was fine on the stool. Arden was microchipped, and his stool sample, of course, was negative. And they got a kick out of him because you know how Arden's always talking here? You know how you can talk to him and he rounds back at you? He did that for them as well. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, we have more normal, which is what we want. Because sometimes we have some really abnormal ones. Are you helping? I knew you were Karina. Karina. And then Ratchet also went. Ratchet's lab work was, all of them were just wonderful. He says about Ratchet, a healthy adult. He's not an adult, he's a
He thinks
baby.
he's an adult.
Yeah, he just thinks he's an adult. No respiratory disease. He was microchipped. His stool sample is completely normal, which means all of our cats that went there had good stool samples. Scanned for microchip, did not find any. Had a little bit of a wheeze one day, but he was also purring. But the chest listening, the chest,
Oscillation.
yes. It's what, 8:45? I'm supposed to be in bed. Was normal. And his third FIV leukemia was negative. And he was a cute cat. They liked him. They liked his little top-notch gray. So then, that brings us to Anna Marie. I know Arden's got the cutest talk. Where's Anna Marie's paperwork? Do you want to go to Auntie Beth too? Oh. Oh, I don't think he. Oh, here we go. Yeah, now her lab work was not normal. And unfortunately, he did not call me back yet today, which means he's not done with the lab work yet for her. So, is our Anna Marie friend on? Yeah, Anna Marie person. I just wanted to see if Anna Marie was on. Well, so on Anna Marie, domestic long hair calico. Anna Marie is a very sedate adult. I asked him to try to age her because, you know, we go on teeth and, God bless you, and eyes. And because her eyes are so damaged, I wasn't able to get a good thought on that. I had a feeling she was under 5, and they had 3 vets there. There's no boxes here tonight. They had 3 vets there working this week, and individually they each thought she was between 3 and 4. So that's good to have 3 vets out of 3 agree on that. So we're going to put her down as about 3.5 years old. She has a history of apparent blindness. A neurologic examination reveals that she has no PLRs and no visual action whatsoever. So all the tests that they did on her, there's a lot of scopes, looking with the scopes, there's a lot of things that you can do with this. There's a lot of different things you can do to determine if a cat is blind or not. And his feelings were also the same as what I had. I got 0 reaction out of her, and he did as well. So he actually put her down as 100% acknowledged that she is blind. They don't do that very often, folks. Usually they leave a little leeway there, as in just in case. But he put her down as 100% does not see. Although, now this is the other thing about her hearing. Although difficult to evaluate, her sense of hearing is present, but she exhibits extreme diminished responses. So because of the damage that has happened in her head, he feels very strongly, he said, that her ear canals and some of the hearing mechanisms have also been damaged. She does hear some though, but it's not real good. She has no palpable uterus, and I am over 50% certain that I can palpate scar tissue in the area of a potential spay incision. So, but I still can't be 100% certain. So tomorrow, we're also going to shave her tummy and take a look at that also and see if we can see a scar line. We'll do that probably tomorrow. She has small solid masses palpable on her skull. Radiographs confirm that she has multiple small spheres in her head and anterior thorax, consistent with being shot with a shotgun. She has a marked high leukemia, a white blood cell count, and moderate, not mild, I was hoping for mild, but moderate anemia. We will make a blood smear to observe cellular action in order to determine the cause of these. And his question is lead poisoning via ingestion through the nasal cavity. And I'll explain that here in a minute before any course of action is determined. And her white blood cell count is moderately high. And the things that we go by to determine her hematocrit is low. So this is what, well, just before we get into the head stuff, she also had a second leukemia. That would be the second one, is negative. So that's good. Feline leukemia, leukemia and FIV is negative. She was microchipped and her stool is negative. So yay, we got a negative stool on her. Okay, so this is kind of it in how we sat and talked for probably a half hour maybe on her alone. So he educated me a lot in these shots that cats get. We haven't had one quite, well, no, we haven't had one anywhere near the extent of what Anna Marie is. So sometimes they're steel, sometimes they're lead. But he said, he used his arm, he said you could have lots and lots of lead in you here and it would do you no harm. As long as it stays there, it does you no harm. But what makes lead lead into lead poisoning is if it has to be kind of like ignited by the gastric juices. That's what then disperses the lead poisoning throughout the body. So, and he was concerned about lead poisoning. We are not going to get all hepped up into lead poisoning right now, though, until we get the rest of the lab work back. We're going to just kind of stay cool and calm about that. But I said, if all the shots are here, and it has to be ignited, so to say, with gastric juices, how can that be? That doesn't make sense to me. But it does then after he explained it. Her sign, when you see her x-rays, and I'll do my best to show you them. It's hard to do on the cam, but we've done x-rays before for you folks, and you can see, you will be able to see what we're talking about. That these shots, and this is not a BB. A BB to do what that did would have to be shoot, 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 shoot. She's got at least 60 spheres in her. So this was not a BB gun, and it wasn't one of those pellet guns. It was a shotgun, and we call it bird shot around here, or buckshot. People call it buckshot too. And what it is it's scatter shoots. Most of you know what it is. It's scatter shoots. And so instead of penetrating in one's place, it poofs out. And he believes very strongly, he has seen a lot of these because he's worked ER for vet clinics. He feels very strongly that she was hit at probably 6 to 8 feet. And and without a doubt, absolutely no doubt, she was hit head on. Remember that one, I said I thought I felt one under her arm? There's 4 here, and all the rest is concentrated here in her head. But the reason that he does have a slight concern about lead poisoning, but if this does turn out to be lead poisoning, there's medicines that he said we can give her to counter it. So we're okay. Whatever it turns out, we're okay, or she will be okay. But so what happens is when this shoots, it gets in the sinus cavity, which then it is there, and then the drainage from that goes down into her throat. She swallows, and then it goes down into her tummy where the gastric juices are. So that is how it is possible for that to happen. So let me show you these, and then what I would love is from, and yeah, it was very not nice of whoever did this, and I was very angry at first, but you know what? It's over and it's done with. We have to deal on the present. She's here now. She's okay. And I'm telling you, she's one awesome girl. She's so happy. She's so gentle. That's the first thing I ever think of. Every time I think of her is she's a gentle Anna Marie. The person that did this, we don't know who it is. We will never know. And it's beyond our knowing of us here. So we're just going to carry on as what we can do to help her. Feel sorry for the guy who did it or the person who did it. And that's something that person has to deal with. So it's past our point of what we can do. I'll show you this first one. Yeah, I wanted to show Steve too. I'm going to play around a little bit to figure out how to best show you. Because this afternoon when I did it, oh, there we go. Wait, let me do, because you could keep picking up my shirt on it. Okay, there you can see the 4 in her shoulder blade area. Let me see if I can move this a little bit. There we go. Right there is a pretty good shot of it. All those white dots, that's in the skull. Each of those are a sphere. And this one right here alone, it looks like one bigger blob right in here. That's like 15 spheres right there. That's what made her blind in that eye. You can see them in and around the ears. This one right here is the one in the middle of her forehead. This one here is also all embedded around her eye. Looks like there's one right smack on the tip of her nose. I did not notice that earlier. So I counted quickly. I counted at least 60. But this one here is where she really got plopped at. And then these are more spread out like what a shot does. I don't think so. I don't think that there's any reason, unless they tell us different, to do surgery. But it makes you wonder, you know, there's another different view of it. This is looking straight down nose-wise. This is her on her back with her nose up in the air. So,
She got that orbit.
Oh yeah, that orbit is, no wonder. Yeah. You know, and it does, it makes you wonder.
She doesn't pulse that whole, you know.
Yeah, take a look at that. And you can see, you can see right there by the ear canal too. Boy, they take good x-rays there.
You really do.
They do indeed. You know, the one
She
good
actually might have gotten an auditory nerve.
on the left side, does that on the left side? Oh, now that one shows on the right, unless they got these.
Well, there's one right here,
Uh-huh.
which is hard to see, and there's one right there.
Oh, yeah, I see it
Yeah.
on this one now. Actually, there's one in each,
Yeah.
there's at least one in
But
each
the one,
ear.
the one could have very
Been the
easily,
nerve.
very easily gotten a nerve.
Yeah. The one good thing, though, that I'm thankful for is that it does not appear to be any on the vertebrae. I don't see any on the vertebrae, which was my biggest worry is, does that hurt? But it does. It makes you wonder, does she have a headache? I don't know. People's asked me that today. We don't know. All I do know is that, gosh, she's a happy girl, and she's so contented. Just love
Probably
her.
why she made it. She didn't breathe.
Yeah.
She's just so calm.
Yeah, she's just a wonderful, wonderful cat. So, yeah, this is something she can live with. Yeah. Well, and that's what Queen, you are 100% right. Dr. Don said whoever did this did this with the intent to definitely harm her. But I just don't want us to get focused on that part. What we want to focus on is Anna Marie. There is a possibility, there is somebody at the school that likes her and is maybe interested in adopting her, but we're not going there yet. We have things that we need to do with her. One, we have to verify that she's spayed. Two, we have to wait for these lab works. Three, I want my vets to also see these x-rays and tell me what they think about all this. And is there whatever we need to do medically for her, we will do. And so there's no adoption at present that is confirmed by any means. And I won't even do that until we're way down the line here a ways. He doesn't know, Jean Lynn, we asked that, is she in pain? She doesn't act like it, but we don't know. And MK asked how long ago did this happen, and I asked Dr. Don that, and he says he doesn't know either, but it's really impossible to tell. All we know is that all the little sphere holes are healed. He said maybe, if he had to guess, maybe 2-3 months ago, but we don't know. That's purely a guess. Yeah, I'll go get her, and we'll also show, I think somebody wanted to see Goose too. So, but I am going to go in real quick, but are there any real quickie questions?
Bless you.
She is a beautiful girl. Her personality I just love it. Okay, gosh. Well, they're spheres. They're not BBs, we found out. It's from a shotgun, buckshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, buckshot. Yep. I got some really cool news to tell y'all. The cat stock that we're doing on September 7th, there's a band that's around here. It's called Strawberry Hills, and they play 70s and 80s. And I was so excited because we were trying to think of some band to come in to play during the cat stock, just so people can play the game, or the kids can play the games, and people can listen to the band and everything all at the same time. But this is a really neat band. They're just cool people. And but to do an afternoon like we have, they charge usually $600 to $800, and we just can't do that. So we've been back and forth talking to them, and they came back with an answer to us. They said they would be honored to be here for the cat stock. And well, this is what one of my replies today was back to them was, the max I can pay, the max that I got is $300 for, and I said, can you maybe play for an hour, hour and a half for $300? And their reply back after they talked to all the band members was they would be honored to come for $300 and to play the whole afternoon for us. So I am thrilled that they're going to come. So it will be fun. It'll be a really, really neat addition to that. Yeah, and then they can play for the horse poop bingo.
There must be some song that's
There's got to be a
appropriate.
song for that. Yeah. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're gonna work this out. We thought it would be fun to see if we could include the webcammers in the horse poo bingo, and so we'll figure that out and let you all know how we can have you guys included in the bingo squares. Somebody, I'm going to just answer this one, and then we're going to show the cats. Mike can't come, but somebody asked about Emaline. And Emaline's had a really bad week, folks. That the only medicine that we have that our vets can find that helps her, we are now giving once a week. And you all know that that's that one we are sparingly to, but it's either we give it to her as often as what she needs it, or she has to go to kitty heaven because she's miserable without it. And so I gave it to her again last night, and she does feel better today, but that is a really strong medicine, and she's really pulling out all strings trying to keep up with this on her. And so I don't know. I don't, honest to God, folks, I don't think she can keep on going like this. So, but she's very comfortable again right now, and I know as soon as I go in, she'll be on my lap again. But there's going to come a day soon. I'm afraid that the medicine isn't going to be there for her anymore. So, we'll just keep on working on that. All right. So, we're going to go get Goose, and we'll get Anna Marie too. Yeah, Emaline's so sweet. She really is, isn't she, Nancy? Love her very much. Okay, so, okay, Coopster.
I'm looking for Farrell.
Oh, yeah, we got to find Farrell, but look at Coopster.
Yeah.
Oh, let me.
He's laying back there with one kitty tucked under each in one of those round beds.
He is so sweet. He's either really ornery or he's too cute. Could somebody take a screenshot of that for me and put it on Facebook? Hi, Anna Marie. I just talked to Dean again, the guy who helped us with our marathon, and he's going to be here and help us with cat stock. And this year we have an extender on our range, so I think we'll be a lot better than last year. Oh, Brooke, you should come. It's going to be so much fun.